I have a question. What if he's not being impatient and just pressing buttons to bait something from you? Jasmine Atia, if he's just pressing buttons like this, let me show you.
Round one. Fight. Round two.
If he's just pressing buttons like this, so if your opponent's pressing buttons like this, and let's say he's being patient, right? He's just pressing crouch jab, crouch jab, crouch jab. Notice that if he does not do a special move, any type of special move, here he does the palm. I could have just randomly jumped and punished him. But if he's just pressing crouch jab, crouch jab, crouch jab over and over again with no special moves and is just staying in this range, then you know what you can do? You can walk up. You can walk up and challenge him. You can walk up and stand strong. If he's not going to apply pressure, see, the whole point of having somebody in the corner is that you're staying in the right range, but you're also applying pressure correctly. You're also applying pressure methodically. But if you're just going to stand there or crouch there and just press your buttons waiting for me to do something, then if that's the case, I could literally just walk up, crush counter you with stand roundhouse. I could walk up, crouch strong, fireball. I could walk up, crouch strong, V-trigger. I could walk up, stand strong. I could walk up anything at this point, because if he's just going to match these buttons, then I have nothing to fear. You're not pressuring me when I'm in the corner. This is my gap for me to walk out. See, by you just doing this, it doesn't mean that you're pressuring me in the corner. By you pressuring me in the corner methodically, spacing yourself, going in and out at the proper times, that's when I'm scared. But if you're just sitting there and you're pressing buttons, I'm not scared of this. What I am scared of is the applied pressure correctly. But if you're also doing these special moves randomly, these special moves that I could punish you for, that tells me that you're just an antsy player, and okay, go ahead, do what you got to do. I feel like you're going to open yourself up for me, and that's exactly what happens. Yanari, I would say defending against Bison would be the same thing as well, except with Bison it's much more safe on his end. You see, so like if the Bison player is going ham, usually he's not just sitting there like that. He's not just sitting there like that. He's doing his down forward fierce, he's doing all his crazy antics and all that. So eventually a Bison player will give you the gap because he's too much pressuring you, too much. Again, Bison is pretty safe when he's doing it, which is why he's so strong. And sometimes the answer is you just got to hold it. Against Bison, you just got to hold it, take the throw, you just got to hold it. Find the right time to jump out, find the right time for him to mess up, get a pattern on when he's doing his down forward fierce. Because if you get a pattern on when Bison's doing his down forward fierce, you could preemptive sweep and crush counter him for it and make him what's the word that I'm looking for? You can crush counter sweep him, and you can make him think twice about pressing that button. When is the best time to reversal? Like reversal, wake up DP. The best time to wake up DP. Shit, I don't even know. I asked that same question to Daigo. But me personally, I like to, like if I'm in the lead, if I have a round on me, I'm more than likely okay with waking up DPing because I just want to do it and show him that I'm willing to do it. If he sees that I'm willing to do it, even if I get punished, then okay, that makes his offense a little less autopilot, and he now has to think about approaching me on my wake up. And also, I only wake up DP if I'm 100% in my head that he's going to press a button. If I'm not 100% in my head that he's going to press a button on my wake up, then I do not wake up DP. And of course, sometimes you're going to be wrong, sometimes you're going to be right. The nature of the game, pay attention, the nature of the game, you're going to be wrong more so than you're going to be right. In Street Fighter V, you're going to be wrong more so than you're going to be right on your wake up DPs. So keep that in your mind. But it's only when I personally feel and know that he's going to press a button on my wake up. And that can come through pattern recognition as well. One time I woke up, the first time that he knocked me down, I woke up, he pressed the button on me, even though I had meter. Okay, that's locked in my memory. But because I can take the throw, I'm going to take the throw. So I'm blocking, but I see that you applied pressure on me. The second time, I might wake up DP to see if you're going to press a button on my wake up again. Or my other option is to just block again and see if you press a button again. All right, you press the button again. That makes me a little more confident. Okay, I think this guy's just always pressing a button on my wake up, even though I have meter. Third time, I'm going to wake up DP. So it all depends on the pattern that your opponent gives you. It all depends on the patterns that your opponent gives you. You have advice for dealing with getting knocked down in the corner when you don't have an invincible reversal. UGK for life. If you have most characters that don't have a reversal, a wake up reversal, have at least a 3-frame. So you want to challenge sometimes with your 3-frame. If your opponent's delaying his buttons on your wake up, then you can challenge with a 3-frame. That's the pattern that you're looking for. Is my opponent delaying his buttons on my wake up? If so, then I could wake up with a 3-frame and now it's my turn. But if he keeps pressing meaties on you, then you have to hold it. But eventually you have to know the gap that he provides from his meaty frame trap setup. So if he's doing a true frame trap, you're not going to be able to 3-frame out of it, and if you try to, you're going to get hit. For example, Ken's stand jab into back strong. If you try to 3-frame in between that, you're going to get hit. But if I try to do crouch strong into stand strong, you could 3-frame in between that on block. So you have to see the pattern that your opponent's doing on his offensive frame traps, but you also have to know where the gaps are in your opponent's character's frame traps. If you don't know your opponent's character's frame traps and where the gaps are, then you're just setting yourself up to get hit. How do you keep track of your opponent's tendencies in your head? Well, the way you keep track of your opponent's tendencies is by blocking and seeing what it is that he's doing. You see, this is why longer sets are better. In a game like Street Fighter V, and it's 2 out of 3, it's a nightmare. It's damn near impossible to get patterns because everything is almost a 50-50, so you're always scared. This is why top players always ask for, why we were asking for 3 out of 5, at least 3 out of 5. See, I'm much more confident in getting my opponent's patterns. I'm better in longer sets than I am in a 2 out of 3, just because I'm confident in my download ability in longer sets. But in a 2 out of 3, it's so hard to get that download. It is very hard to get a download, so don't feel discouraged. You just have to block and see, okay, the first time, like when you get knocked down, there should be a defensive mechanism inside of your head that gets turned on, like, okay, pay attention, he did this, he did that, locked inside there. Next time that situation happens, you either open up the answer to that, or you lock it, or you put another offensive habit that he has inside your memory bank, inside your defensive memory bank, and then bank, and you just keep doing that. You got to add the patterns inside of your mind and know when the right time is to strike. It comes with just a lot of experience, really. It comes with a lot of experience. What about when to jump out in the corner? So like if he's pressuring you and he backs up a little, but do you jump out? Or, well, if he gives you the opening to jump out, for example, he gives me the opening to jump out here. Okay. So he gives me the opening to at least try to jump out right here, because he's going to have a very, very hard time to try to anti-air this. So I could have jumped out here, but I was much more content with, you're going to open yourself up again, so I'll just wait. So it depends on your opponent. You see, it all depends on your opponent, your download on your opponent. He gave me the opening here, but I chose not to take it, or I wasn't ready for it. You see, there's often times where you think that you're ready for the opening, but he gives you the opening, but you're not ready for it. You failed, so you have to move on. You have to go on to the next opening. Is he going to give me another opening? He did. Strike. Okay, watch. If your opponent is doing this, right? If your opponent's doing this to you, the walk up light, walk up light, walk up light, they're plus in this situation. It's very annoying. So what you have to do is you have to block and wait for him to push himself either too much forward, and then you press your button. See, it was wrong of me to try to press roundhouse here. It was very stupid of me. I was just trying to get the crush counter, and my roundhouse is 14 frames. There was no reason for me to press that button there, and he's +3 on the stand short. But since he's doing this over and over again, you block the first one, you say, is he going to do it again? He does it again. Is he going to do it again? He does it again. Eventually, you're like, okay, I might just be able to EXDP in between that. If he does it once or twice, then you're still a little nervous. But if he's just mauling you with these, walking up and pressing these, then yeah, EXDP interrupt. Also, you could do light DP interrupt in this. If he's closer to you and he's just doing jab, walk up, jab, or stand short, walk up, stand short, walk up, stand short, you could light DP in between that. Or you could, because you're Ryu or because you're Ken, you could try to light Tatsu to get the 3 frame. So I could have done light DP here if I really wanted to, but that was a big risk on my end. There was no need for me to do light DP here because I could have lost the round. So I tried to find some way to activate V-trigger. Are you mashing after the first jab gets blocked because there's not much time? No, it's all timing. It's all timing. Notice that I'm not mashing, I think. I don't think I'm mashing here. Or am I? Yeah, see, I'm not mashing once I block. See, I tried to press it, but I got stand short. I tried to press stand short once right here. Let's see. I don't know why I pressed it even right there. But I tried to press it right there and I get counter hit. Okay, fine. That was a bad timing on my end. I have to block another one. So I'm content with that. And then I try to roundhouse him right there, but I should have done it earlier. So I tried to activate V-trigger right there.